Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Natalia and I'm currently working as a video manager for the Stephen Cox Garden Trust. I studied film at the University of Southampton and I resonated with the Trust's mission to bring to attention various ecological topics while also encouraging further action. Beyond having the opportunity to create purposeful content, I was excited to better understand issues that are so prevalent nowadays. This is why I undertook the role as a video manager, where I'm tasked to research a particular topic and create videos which are informative, factual, and equally engaging. In this opportunity, I focus my research on introduced species, which are plants and animals which did not evolve in a particular bioregion. On the surface, it doesn't sound like a dangerous idea, especially think about how the exchange of crops and animal species have allowed communities that wider access to food options. However, when this poses a threat to the liveliness of their new habitat, they are known as invasive species, defined as non-native or introduced species which outcompete natives, unbalance local ecosystems, and threatens biodiversity. In recent decades, a third of the total introduced species have been recorded between the years of 1970 and 2014. The sudden increase has led ecologists to label invasive species as the second most frequent threat to species extinction. In the UK, a highly publicized case is the introduction of the American mink, a small carnivore native to the lake shores of Canada and the United States, first introduced during the 1920s to fur farms. While the farms were still in operation, the mink's aggressive behavior made them prone to escape. Other mink populations were deliberately released by farmers attempting to produce better farm-free fur, and by animal activists who opposed the farms. The practice was banned in 2000 through the Fur Farming Prohibition Act. However, the species have become feral, well established in their new habitat, and an imminent threat to the local ecosystem. Long before the arrival of the American mink, this species was already present in Europe. Originally extending through northern Spain to the Caucasus Mountains, the European mink faced extinction due to overhunting and habitat loss, and ultimately the introduction of the American mink accelerated its population decrease. While both the species are similar, the American mink is slightly larger, often engaging in fierce competition with other predators. As a result, the European mink is incapable of competing in the same environment and is displaced to habitats that are less suitable for reproduction and pre-hunting. Likewise, the American mink has a larger tail, which makes it agile underwater. This gives them an advantage as they can adapt to other environments as well as access other prey species the European mink is not capable to reach. Additionally, both species have a visible different cranial shape. In contrast with the European mink's infantile features, the American mink has robust teeth and larger masticatorial and neck muscles, which produces a powerful bite source, leading to a larger dietary range. The presence of mink is generally linked to a decline of local species. This is explained through their condition as a top predator, meaning that they are the strongest or fittest species in their ecosystem food web, and are not preyed upon by other species. In England, the native weather vole population had declined by 80% by 1999, and in Scotland, weather birds' breeding grounds were severely damaged, first reported in the early 1990s. Additionally, mink demonstrate great adaptability by being opportunistic and generalist predators, usually feeding on multiple species, ranging from birds, fish to amphibians at once or when available. In conjunction to their fierce spraying, some behaviors make it impossible for decreased populations to recover. For instance, mink form no bonds and display unusual reproductive behaviors such as superfetation, meaning female minks have multiple pregnancies from different mating sessions. Subsequently, they give birth to around 5 to 8 kids, leading to an ever-growing population. Mink also engage in a practice common to carnivores, known as surplus killing, that is, killing more prey than they can eat and storing it for later consumption. On a larger scale, the success of mink led to economic repercussions through expensive government-funded initiatives which aim to protect threatened native species and fund the restoration of damaged habitats. However, little attention was given to efforts which aim to stop the spread of mink, rendering these initiatives ineffective and an unnecessary expenditure. Most of the society and scientific community in the UK view eradication as the only possible solution to the mink problem. There were various setbacks to designing a successful eradication scheme. In a practical sense, there was a lack of available funding, and even if they were, this normally demanded a clear plan with a set start and end date, which were sometimes difficult to provide due to the unpredictable nature of experiments. Currently, the Hebridean Mink Project in Scotland and the Wrought project in England have successfully decreased mink population and helped restore habitats. The Herbreeding and Mink project has started in 2001 and is based in the Outer Hebrides, an island chain off the west coast of Scotland. The core removal method were live traps, cages with a built-in door system which is triggered when the mink wanders inside. Trapped mink were later dispatched by staff. This method, although traditional, remains highly effective as it means less people are needed to check on traps, and a small team could be in charge of longer portions of the route. Additionally, non-target species are able to be released unharmed. However, live traps become less practical as the project progresses. As the mink population shrinks and trapped individuals hide beyond the trap's reach and must be searched, the success of this trapping method led to a virtual eradication of mink from most of the southern isles. Full island-wide eradication is still ongoing, yet the project has been deemed a significant achievement given the positive impact on wildlife and habitat recovery, with native waded birds reported to have returned in 2018. Furthermore, this boosted the local economy, which mostly relies on tourism from bird watchers, who are attracted to the Isles since they are home of some of the most diverse species in Europe. In 2003, the Wildlife Recovery Trust, in partnership with the Broads Authority, launched an eradication campaign in the area of Norfolk and Suffolk, collectively known as the Broads. Aside from its success, this project is notable for upgrading and pioneering trapping methods which took in consideration mink's specific behavior. For instance, the team upgraded the traditional live traps by including a system which would send an alarm to a participant's phone when the door was triggered. This became known as smart traps. A positive aspect is that the system is highly accurate, rarely sending off a false negative. This reduces the need to constantly monitor the traps. Additionally, a single participant could oversee a large number of traps, meaning a smaller number of participants is needed. Yet, this technology is potentially less useful in remote areas with limited signal. Recently, the Broads campaign has developed a trapping method exclusive for the project by taking in consideration mink's semi-aquatic behavior. The mink raft. These traps consist of a traditional live trap attached to a floating raft placed along the shores of various water bodies. This method is more likely to catch mink because they are placed near areas where the species normally dwells. A more appealing feature is that this trapping method is cheap since no specialized materials are required and easy to build, with assembly guides readily available online. Nonetheless, this method is extremely vulnerable to being damaged or completely destroyed by floods. Due to this remarkable success in 2023, the team was awarded a £500,000 grant from Natural England to expand the scheme to neighbouring areas, and a second grant to maintain the trap network and prevent mink from entering zones which were already clear. The project has not only laid a base for schemes in other areas in hopes of achieving a national-wide eradication, but has managed to get recognition from environmental agencies that had previously limited funding.